You gave a great example. We have now one what happened just a few weeks ago in Romania. There is your friend who was running for president, Calin Georgescu, and we were just facing same kind of manipulation what these people who are in the power are capable to do to influence decision who will run the country, independent country. Can you tell us details about this?
Yes, this is a perfect example of how the people are being fooled, how they are lying to everyone. These world rulers, they have created a system called democracy, which creates the illusion to people that they can choose who governs their nations. What the people don't know is that these world rulers very precisely control who votes for whom. Most of all, they use the mainstream news media for this. The news media slanders, attacks, smears, falsely accuses, humiliates, mocks everyone whom they don't want to be elected. So the public sees this in the newspapers, on radio and television, and they think, ooh, that's a bad person. Ooh, that's not a good person. Let's not vote for him. Or they say, oh, that's an idiot. Oh, he's just a fool, blah, blah, blah. And then the candidate that the elites want to be elected, oh, they will praise and they will say what a wonderful person that is, and that so that everybody will say, oh, that's a great person to lead our country, let's vote for him or vote for her. That is the number one election interference that is done by these powers that be. If that is not enough, they will resort to switching votes. This happened on a massive scale in America. So in 2016, Donald Trump emerged as a presidential candidate. The whole worldwide media arsenal was deployed simultaneously in every nation to make sure that everyone all around the world would hate Donald Trump. It didn't work in America. The people, for the first time in history, they snapped out of the hypnosis, they snapped out of the mind control, and they saw in Donald Trump a man with a genuine passion to restore his nation. So to the amazement of the corrupt governments and the financial elites who control them, Donald Trump got elected. So in 2020, they went to the second strategy. They used military defense satellites in Italy, all kinds of hackers and computer servers in China, and it was found that 15 or 20 nations around the world came together to collectively steal the election from President Trump. All the evidence for this has been revealed, and we have a report on Stop World Control that shows this. I mean, generals from the military, retired colonels, majors, captains, all came forward to confirm this. So if they can no longer mind control the people to vote for their preferred candidate, they will switch votes. But a third method is what we have observed in Romania. They apparently did not have the technology to switch all the votes. So what happened? Calin Georgescu, he is a former senior official from the United Nations. He has worked at a high level for 2 decades around the world. He has observed with his own eyes the corruption, the crimes that are happening in the UN. So he came out as a whistleblower and he exposed to the International Crimes Investigative Committee from Dr. Rainer Fulmich. He exposed the United Nations as a criminal organization which is used by the oligarchs of the World Economic Forum to establish world domination. And he also exposed how they are all involved in child abuse, in pedophilia. This is the number one characteristic of these elites. So he was in the system, but he saw the evil, he stepped out, and now he's running for president in Romania because he wants to set his nation free from the influence of these criminals. He wants his people to breathe again. He wants his nation to become an independent country that flourishes and where not all the natural resources are stolen by foreign entities, but the natural riches are kept inside the country to make it flourish, beautiful, and turn it into a paradise, because Romania is just like Croatia. It's a paradise. It is so beautiful. Everyone should live as yeah, there's this saying in Dutch, as God in France, you know, every riches, every resource, everything is there to make every person live in abundance, in happiness, healthy families, happy towns and communities. Everything is present, but the people suffer because everything is stolen from them by these foreign entities. And the governments are positioned to ensure that this keeps happening. So Călin Georgescu, he ran a campaign and he said, I'm going to set Romania free from this foreign interference. He also said, because NATO is building the largest Air Force base in Romania so that they can launch a war against Russia from within Romania. Călin is the peace president. He does not want this kind of war. So he is immensely popular by the people. They recognize in him. He is one of them. He genuinely loves the Romanian people. He loves his country. He wants his nation to be liberated, to flourish, to thrive, to be abundant, to be happy, an example for the world. So the people were voting for him massively in the primaries of the presidential election. And what happens, the powers that be, they falsely accused him of fraud, something they always do. He doesn't do. He doesn't even have the power to commit any fraud. He's just an individual who says, I want to save this nation. He doesn't have all these resources. He doesn't even know how to use fraud. You know, he just speaks his heart. The people vote for him. You have a revolution. But they accused him of fraud. Then the Romanian highest court, the constitutional court, they cleared him of all charges. They said, no, Călin Georgescu is clear. He's innocent. We can see no fraud. There's no evidence for anything. The primaries are valid. So boom, Călin Georgescu went to the top. He was this close from becoming president of Romania. And then the third way, the most desperate way to rig elections was used. The European Union, Ursula von der Leyen, she simply told the court in Romania, the constitutional court, she just gave an order. You must cancel this election. Why? It's a democracy, right? Yes, 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 but we have to protect the democracy. I mean, they're such hypocrites. We have to protect the democracy. So we cannot have the people vote for a man that we don't want. I mean, the term democracy for them is just a smokescreen to hypnotize the people. They don't want a democracy. They have a dictatorship, but it is a dictatorship behind the scenes. So they just cancelled the election, just like that. They just destroyed the voice of the Romanian people. They broke the law. They war against the constitution. They literally committed high treason. They surrendered the nation of Romania completely to foreign entities, publicly, openly. And they said, the people of Romania have no voice here. We are going to determine who is going to be democratically elected, you know? So this is the most blatant example of desperate crime to maintain their criminal control over a nation. But there's a powerful movement happening in Romania where hundreds of thousands of people are on the streets. The people are seeing what's going on. Some people, there was, I believe, a CIA agent from America came to Romania. He interviewed Kalin. He acted as if he was on his side, and then he tried to push Kalin to war because he has the military on his side. The military supports Kalin Georgescu. I said, Kalin, please don't fall in this trap. They want you to go to war so that they can then invade with the troops of the United Nations, shut everyone down, put you in prison, and then paint you as a warmonger, as a dictator, etc. So I'm praying for Romania. I'm praying for my friend Kalin, that justice will be done. We are in touch with President Trump. Preparations are being made for intervention, within the rule of law. But I believe that justice will prevail. I believe that evil will be exposed and Romania will be liberated. But it's a process.